Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and first of all, I just want to give a massive shout out to Reverse1999 for sponsoring this video and letting us even draft our own script to share my honest thoughts about the game thus far. Now, I've played for about maybe a couple of days already. I'm not anywhere advanced, but from what I know, like when I first booted up the game, the first thing that definitely stood out to me is the interesting art style, which has a bit of a mix between retro aesthetic as well as a modern touch. Even the character designs have also this incorporated. You have unique ones like the doggo that they have. You also have characters like TV stacked up on each other. A floating apple deviates away a lot from the norm and is very, very refreshing, I feel. Many famous historical works like The Last Supper, pop art, and etc. that I found familiar in real life are also referenced in the game, which is an interesting and refreshing spin to it. I personally really love turn-based games, as you guys know from the content that we cover on the channel, and Reverse1999 is a 20th century time travel strategic RPG. What do I mean by like 20th century time travel strategic RPG? The whole setting basically takes place on an alternate Earth where arcanists, which are natural born spellcasters, and regular humans coexist together. Something catastrophic happened on the last day of 1999, and the flow of time has come unraveled, flowing backwards. In a phenomenon known in this case as the Storm, Vertin, who is like the timekeeper, appears to be the only arcanist immune to the storm and sets out to find the truth behind the storm and the year 1999. Alright, so next up, let's take a look at some gacha animations, shall we? Of course, it has already been prepped. I already did a lot of normal pulls, got very unlucky. This is Heart Pity for the banner character, Tooth Fairy.
Hello. I think we have been acquainted. I'm responsible for your teeth. Every night you fall asleep.
And now I think it's very appropriate for us to go and check out like the other characters also. And so let's head on to the character menu and I can show you a few that I like and maybe some that you might fancy too. And in Reverse1999, they have a wide range of characters, from puppies like Pickles over here, to amazing waifus, to husbando characters, even a floating sword. They have it all. Very, very nice designs that they have here. Similarly, it's split up into elements like a lot of other games, rarities as well. There's like 3, 4, 5, and 6 stars. The 6 stars are the ones that we can see here in Amber. I'm not going to go scroll through all of them and see all their kits. It's of course a lot of information to take in. I just want to give like a very high level, but in high level you can definitely see I have a bit of favoritism on characters I like purely for design. I'm not that into the meta in this game. Eternity probably is my favorite so far.
Good to have you here. No matter if you found a bargain or suffered a loss.
You can also like go into their costumes, you can change up their design. I can like switch it up depending on how you like to. So very, very nice that so many white designs. And now let's take a look at some gameplay, shall we? We want to see how we can put all these characters together. We're going to be using some of the characters in this cast. Of course, the banner character herself, Tooth Fairy.
Stop talking. It's time for a checkup. Please open your mouth.
Okay, and now let's take a look at some gameplay mechanics. Of course, they have like stronger weakness. They like prompt you what characters is better and not. But for sake of demonstration, I'm just gonna like play with characters that look really nice together. I definitely want to play the puppy, and Eternity is a really nice character design. So let's check it out in terms of like simple combat mechanics. So one thing that you need to know is you have like a 3-card order. If you have 3 characters in your team, this is basically your action turns. I can, like for example, take a card and cast it, for example like this. That will take up 1 turn, or maybe if I wanted a more empowered skill, I can combine them together. So for example, you can see this gives like 80%, 30% crit rate, but if I like drag it over here, it takes up 1 turn, so it's called like a move, and then it's enhanced now. So this card becomes like 120 and 30% crit rate, which I can then like cast, and of course I can use another card here. I can switch around like which character I want to hit, so that adds like a bit of complexity rather than just being very simply like a unga-bunga kind of game. So I would say this game has quite a bit of thinking for any of you who like a bit more strategy and to like think about it. RNG based on like the cards that you draw too, because every character has like 3 different abilities.
Handle it gently.
So I'll just show you what it looks like, some random skills together.
A little bit hot here.
So of course, once you reach like the max stacks for them, like you can see the gauge here, it comes either by using spells, combining cards and stuff, they get certain amount of charges. I'm not going to go in detail with like the technicalities or mechanics, I'm just trying to show you averagely how it looks. So here I'll just drag this, I'll fuse it together, and now it combines to like a super strong tree. And as you can see now, she's like at maximum charge, which means the next turn, you will see Eternity's ultimate ability.
Would you buy me a drink?
So 2 fairies like a healer, so I'm going to just like sustain up the team.
Flying handbag for only 3,000 favorite aunties. Free.
Okay, and the best part about this, of course, is that it's auto battle. So I'm going to just click auto and then we can also see. I always like turn-based games with auto battle because sometimes you just want a bit more free time.
No. The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
The puppy agreed with your decision.
And along with 2 Fairy and the other new characters, a Nightmare at Green Lake also brings about tons of new events, which means tons of free pools for anyone who's also planning to join this patch. We have a Nightmare at Green Lake, the main event, which we won't talk about. I don't want to spoil too much of the story for this event for you. You guys can experience it for yourself. But 2 of the other games that I think are pretty interesting is Worn Teeth and Old Mark event, as well as the Camping Safety Guide event. Let's take a look at the first one, which is Worn Teeth and Old Marks. I thought it was a nice thing to talk first about maybe other stuff, which is like puzzle games, for example like Worn Teeth and Old Marks, brings a refreshing twist to maybe people who are tired of too much combat in the game and just want a relaxing twist. I spent too long trying to figure out the exact optimal puzzle solution for this, but if any of you who like puzzles as well, I think it's fantastic. As for the other event, Camping Safety Guide, this one is pretty fun because it's going to be back to a bit of combat. For any of you new players who are just joining in maybe this patch or want to try out some new comps, this is a fantastic event because they give you a lot of characters that you can try in different team compositions. So you want to know whether the character is good for your roster and stuff, this is the best place to try it out in this event as well. Very, very fantastic for any of you who are just getting into the game, just starting out too. Last but not least, there's also a login event that's ongoing right now for 14 limited pools. So even more incentive to like give the game a try. Definitely do check them out in the link in the pinned comment below if you are interested. It's available on PC and mobile for both iOS as well as Google Play. You'll gain up to 73 summons and a guaranteed 6-star characters in 30 summons too. So definitely worth trying it out. Let me know in the comments below if you guys downloaded the game or maybe you already play and are just watching this video for supporting the channel. Anyways, regardless, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.